Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly, and today our topic is how to create Saasu Invoice for BigCommerce order. So here I'm running my e-commerce store on BigCommerce, and now what I want is that I want to automate my invoicing process. So here for my objective, what I need to do is that every time I'm going to receive a new order through BigCommerce, then automatically I want to create an invoice in Saasu. So for my objective, I need to build a connection between BigCommerce and Saasu. So for building this connection, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing software for automation and integration. Now with Pabbly Connect, whenever I'm going to receive a new order through BigCommerce, then automatically I'm going to create an invoice in Saasu. So how I'm going to build this connection? For that, let me take you to my computer screen.
I hope all you can see my computer screen, and today we are going to see that how we can create Saasu Invoice for BigCommerce order. Now imagine here, I run an e-commerce business on BigCommerce, and for every new order placed on my store, I want to automatically generate an invoice in Saasu. So Saasu is a cloud accounting platform that helps you manage your invoicing, expenses, and financial reports. And by automating the process of creating invoices from BigCommerce order, I can save time, reduce manual errors, and keep my financial records up to date. So here what I'm going to do is, I'm going to connect BigCommerce with Saasu in such a way that for every new order that I'm going to receive through my store in BigCommerce, I'm going to automatically create invoices in Saasu. So here I'm going to create this connection between BigCommerce and Saasu without any coding and programming skills, just with the help of Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software, and here for using Pabbly Connect, I need to open a new tab. And I need to search for pabbly.com/connect in my browser. And this will take us to this landing page of Pabbly Connect. Now here in the landing page, I have these two options of sign in and sign up for free. If we don't have any account with Pabbly Connect, then we can just click on the sign up for free button, and this will take only 2 minutes of our time, and we will get 100 tasks free every month. Or if we already have an account, we can just sign in and we will get to see this page. So these are all the apps that Pabbly offers, and we are going to use Pabbly Connect here. For that, I just need to click on this Access Now button under Pabbly Connect. And this will direct us to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Now here in the dashboard, I need to create a new workflow, and for that, I'm going to click on this Create Workflow button, and this window will pop up. Now here I need to name my workflow, so I'm going to name it as my objective, which is to create Saasu Invoice for BigCommerce order. And now what I need to do is, I need to click on create. And this will take us to this most important window of our workflow. And here in this window, I have these two boxes of trigger and action. So trigger and action are the two main principles on which our workflow works on. And trigger says when this happens, action says do this. So trigger is going to be the first step that will get executed in our workflow, and action is just going to follow that. So we need to first set up my trigger, and here in our workflow, we can only set up single trigger step and multiple action steps. So here I'm going to first set up my trigger step, and here for setting up my trigger, I need to search for my trigger application that is going to be BigCommerce. So I'm going to search for that, and I'm going to select BigCommerce here. So I'm going to select that. And now I have to give a trigger event. So I'm going to open this tab, and here new order created will be my trigger event. So I'm going to select this. And I'm going to connect BigCommerce with Pabbly Connect in my workflow. So I'm going to click on connect. I will click on add new connection. And for connecting BigCommerce with Pabbly Connect, I need to give a client ID and the access token. And also I have to give the store hash key. So first I'm going to get my store hash key. And for this, I need to take you to my BigCommerce account. And here in my path URL, I have my store hash key. After this store dash, and I have the store hash key till this .mybigcommerce.com. So I'm going to copy this. I will go back to Pabbly Connect, and I'm going to paste my store hash key here in this tab. And now what I need to do is, I need to get my client ID and the access token. So for this, what I need to do is, I need to first log into my BigCommerce account, which I have already did. And after logging into my account, I need to go to store owner, where I will find my store API key account. And there I need to first create my store API account. And I'm going to find this store API account in advanced settings in API accounts option. So for getting my client ID and access token, I need to take you to my BigCommerce account, and here I will go to settings. And now in settings, I'm going to scroll down, and here I have this option of advanced setting, where I have this option of API. Now here in API, I have this store level API account that I have already created. So I'm going to open this. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my API account. So I'm going to click on this create API account button. And here first I have to give the name for my API account. So here my name will be Saasu Invoices. And now here what I need to do is I need to select my 0 auth scopes. So what scopes do I have to select? For this, let me take you back to Pabbly Connect. And here I have all the scopes that I need for creating this API account. So I need to select the scope of content, customers, information and settings, marketing, orders and product. So I'm going to go back to BigCommerce and I'm going to modify all these scopes. And here I've selected all my scopes. Now I'm going to click on save. And as I've clicked here, I have successfully generated this client ID and the access token for my account. Now I'm going to copy these details and I'm going to paste them in Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to do the same. And here in Pabbly Connect, I have filled all the required details. Now I'm going to click on save. And here I have connected BigCommerce with Pabbly Connect. Now I'm going to click on save and send test ticket button. And here we can see it is waiting for a response. So for getting this response, what I need to do is I need to first create a new order in my BigCommerce store. And for creating a new order, I'm going to take you to my BigCommerce store. And here this is my BigCommerce store. And here I'm going to create a new order. So I need to buy a new product here. So I'm going to create an order for this Able Brewing System. So I'm going to add this to cart. And now I'm going to click on checkout. Now what I need to do is I need to create a new order. So I have to fill all the detail of my customer. So here I'm going to give the email address that will be michaelkarras@pabblytudes.com. I'm going to click on continue. Now I have to fill all the shipping details. Like I have to give the first name of my customer, that will be Michael. I'm going to give the last name, that will be Karras. These are the optional details. So I'm going to give the address and my address will be New Street. I'm going to give the city, that will be Indore. And my country is India, which is already selected. So I'm going to select my state. So my state here will be Madhya Pradesh. And I'm going to give a random postal code. Now here I have filled all the shipping address. Now what I need to do is I need to click on continue. And now I have to make my payment for making this order. So I'm going to give the test card number here. So here I have given the test card number because I'm making a test payment here. I'm also giving a random expiry date. And the name on my card is going to be Michael Karras. I'm going to give a random CVV. And I'm going to click on place order. And here I have successfully created this order in BigCommerce. Now let me take you back to Pabbly Connect. And here in Pabbly Connect, we can see I have created this order and I have received this response. So in this response, I have received my data ID, which is my order ID. And also I have received the store ID. So here we can see that as I've created a new order in BigCommerce, I have received this order ID or the data ID. Now here by using this order ID, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my product details and I'm going to get my order detail. So for that, what I need to do is I need to set up my actions tab. And here again, I'm going to use BigCommerce. So I'm going to search for that. I'm going to select BigCommerce here. And now I have to give my action event. So I'm going to open this tab. And here I have this action event of get order by ID. So I'm going to select this. And I'm going to connect BigCommerce with Pabbly Connect in my workflow. So I'm going to click on connect. I will click on add new connection. And I have already built this connection between BigCommerce and Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to use this existing connection and I'm going to click on save. And now I have to give my order ID. So here I'm going to give my order ID from my previous tab of BigCommerce and I'm going to use that response of BigCommerce and I'm going to map that here in this tab. So for that, I need to use mapping. And what mapping is a technique through which I can retrieve the data from the previous steps and the data that is changing will get replaced with the new data in the real time. So I need to click here. I will open this response of BigCommerce and here this is my data ID or the order ID. So I'm going to map this. And now what I need to do is I need to click on save and send test ticket button. And here we can see I have received this response. So this is a positive response and with this order ID, I have received all the detail of my order that I have just created. So here this is the amount of my order, that is 225 rupees. Also I have all these other detail, like I have the total amount, I have my payment method, that is test payment provider. Also here I have my country, that is India. I have my currency exchange rate, that is 1. I have my currency code, that is INR, which is for Indian rupees. I have the first name of my customer, that is Michael. I have the last name, that is Karas. I have the address, that is New Street, city is Indore. I have the state, that is Madhya Pradesh. I have the random zip code, and I have the country, that is India. Also here I have the email address, that is michaelkaras@pabblytudes.com, and I have all these other details of my order. Now what I need to do is that as I have received my order detail, I need to get my product detail too. So for that I need to add one more action tab. And again I'm going to use BigCommerce. So I'm going to search for that. I'm going to select BigCommerce here. And now I have to give my action event. So I'm going to open this tab. And here I have this action event of get product by order ID. So I'm going to select this. And I'm going to connect BigCommerce with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on connect. And I'm going to use the existing connection. So I'm going to click on save. And now I have to again give my order ID. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to open this first response of BigCommerce. And here this is my data ID or order ID. So I'm going to map this. And now I'm going to click on save and send test request button. And here I have received all the detail of my product. So here this is the name of my product, that is Able Brewing System. And I have the amount of my product, that is 225 rupees, which is my base price. And I have all these other details. Now here we can see that as I have received all the detail of my order, customer and my product, now what I need to do is I need to automatically create an invoice in Saasu. So for creating an invoice in Saasu, I need to first create a customer in my Saasu account so that I can create an invoice for that particular customer. So for that I need to add one more actions tab. And here I'm going to use Saasu. So I'm going to search for that. And I'm going to select Saasu here. Now I'm going to give my action event. So I'm going to open this tab and create contact will be my action event. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to connect Saasu with Pabbly Connect in my workflow. So I'm going to click on connect. I will click on add new connection. And for connecting Saasu with Pabbly Connect, I need to give my file ID and web service access key. So for getting these details, what I need to do is I need to first log into my Saasu account and I need to get these details from API settings option. So for this, let me take you to Saasu. Now here I need to go to settings, and in settings I will go to settings for this file. And here in settings I have this option of API, so I'm going to open that. And here in API settings we can see I have this option of file ID and web service access key. So I'm going to copy these details from here and I'm going to paste that in Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to do the same. And now as I have filled all these details here, I'm going to click on save. And I have connected Saasu with Pabbly Connect. Now for creating a new customer or a contact, I need to fill all these details. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to map my first name of my customer. So I'm going to open this response of BigCommerce get order by ID. And here I'm going to search for my customer name. So here this is the first name of my customer. So I'm going to map this. Similarly, I'm going to map the last name. Now I'm going to scroll down and I have to give the email address. So I'm going to click here. I will open this response of BigCommerce. And I'm going to search for the email address. And here this is the email address of my customer. So I'm going to map this. Now I'm going to scroll down and I have all these other details like is partner, is customer, is supplier, is contractor. So this contact is a customer. So I'm going to select true here. Now I'm going to create this contact as a customer. Now I'm going to scroll down and I need to fill the address detail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to map the detail of my address here. And now here I have mapped all the detail of my address. Now I'm going to scroll down and here we can see I have filled all the detail of my customer and I have filled all these details so that I can create a new contact in Saasu. Now I'm going to click on save and send test request button. And here we can see I have received this response. So this is a positive response and in this response I have this contact ID. So this means that I have created a new contact in Saasu with all the detail of my customer that I have received from BigCommerce. Now I'm going to take you to Saasu. I will go to contacts and here in contacts we can see I have created this new contact that is named as Michael Karas, and here I have the email address that is michaelkaras@pabblytudes.com. Now I'm going to open this contact and here this is my contact that I have just created, which has the first name as Michael, last name as Karas. I have the email that is michaelkaras@pabblytudes.com and I have this address that is New Street, Indore, Madhya Pradesh, and I have the random zip code. So here we can see I have successfully created this new contact in Saasu, and now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect. And as I've created this contact, I want to create an invoice for this particular contact. So for creating an invoice, I need to add one more actions tab. And again, I need to search for Saasu as my action application. I'm going to select that. And I'm going to give my action event. So I'm going to open this tab. I'm going to select this action event as create item invoice. So I'm going to select this. And I'm going to connect Saasu with Pabbly Connect in my workflow. So I'm going to click on connect. And I'm going to use this existing connection. So I'm going to click on save. And now I have to give my invoice type. So here I've selected my invoice type as text invoice. So I'm going to select this, but you can use other types too. Now I'm going to select my transaction type as because I'm creating this invoice for my new order that I've received through BigCommerce. Now I have to give my billing contact ID and shipping contact ID. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to map my contact ID that I've received while creating a new contact in Saasu. So I'm going to first toggle on this map button here. I'm going to clear this default response. I'm going to click here. I will open the response of Saasu create contact, and here this is my contact ID. So I'm going to map this. Now similarly, I'm going to map the same contact ID here. So I'm going to click on this map button. I'm going to clear this. I will click here. I will open the response of create contact, and I'm going to map the contact ID. Now I have to scroll down, and I'm going to first give my currency that is in INR. So I'm going to click here. I will open this response of get order by ID. And here I'm going to search for my currency code. So here this is my currency code that is INR, which is for Indian rupees. So I'm going to map this. Now I have to give my foreign exchange rate. So I'm going to click here. I will open this response of BigCommerce. And here this is my currency exchange rate. So I'm going to map this. Now I have to scroll down, and I have this option of auto populate foreign exchange rate. So I've selected false here. Now I'm going to scroll down. And if I want to send this invoice to my contact, then I can select this option of true, but I don't want to send this. So I'm going to select false here. Also, if I want to get the follow up for this invoice, I can select this option of true here too, but I don't want that. So I have selected false. Now I have to give my item quantity. So I'm going to click here. I will open this response of BigCommerce get order by ID. And here I'm going to search for the quantity. And here this is my order quantity. So I'm going to map this. And now I have to give my item description. So here in the item description, I am going to map the name of my product. So I'm going to click here. I will open this response of get product by order ID. And here this is the name of my product. So I'm going to map this. And now I have to give my unit price. So I'm going to click here. I will open this response of BigCommerce. And here this is the base price or unit price of my order. So I'm going to map that too. And I'm going to select the item text code. So I'm going to open this response. And here I'm going to select this option of GST free sale. So I'm going to select this. And I'm going to scroll down, and I have filled all the required details that are needed to create this invoice in Saasu. So I have mapped all these details, and as I have mapped all these details, I have made all these details dynamic. Now what is going to happen is that every time I'm going to receive a new response through BigCommerce for the new order, then all these details that I mapped here are going to get replaced with the new order detail in the real time. Now I'm going to scroll down, and I have to click on save and send test ticket button. And here we can see I have received this response. So this is a positive response, and this means that I have automatically created a new invoice in Saasu for the order that I received through BigCommerce. So to check whether I've created a new invoice in Saasu or not, let me take you to Saasu. I'm going to go to sales. And here in sales, we can see I have created this new invoice for the contact that has the name of Michael Karras. So this was the contact, or this was the person who has created my order in BigCommerce. Now I'm going to open this. And here we can see I have created this invoice for Michael Karras. I have my transaction date of today, that is of 27th of September 2024. I have the quantity that is 1. I have the description of my product that is Able Brewing System. Also I have the text code that is GST free sale. I have my unit price that is 225 rupees. I have my total amount that is of 225 rupees too. So here we can see that as I have received a new order from BigCommerce, then automatically I have created a new invoice in Saasu for that particular BigCommerce order. So here I have done this automatically by setting up this automation between BigCommerce and Saasu, and I have done this with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now what is going to happen is that every time I'm going to receive a new response through BigCommerce, then automatically by using all the detail from my order through BigCommerce, I'm going to create a new invoice in Saasu. So here I have automated my invoicing process between BigCommerce and Saasu, and now I'm going to automatically create invoices for my BigCommerce order. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect. And here I have connected BigCommerce with Saasu so that I can automatically create Saasu invoices for BigCommerce order. So let's summarize what we did here. So first I have set up my trigger, and in my trigger I have used BigCommerce for getting the details of the new order. Then I've set up my actions tab, and again I have used BigCommerce for getting the order detail and the product detail. Then after this, I have used Saasu. First, I've created a new contact by using all my customer detail from BigCommerce order in Saasu. And after creating that contact, I have created an item invoice in Saasu for the BigCommerce order. So this is how I have successfully created this workflow. And you can also create this workflow by following all the steps that I did in my workflow. And I'm also going to put the link of my workflow in the description so you can check it out from there. And thank you for watching this video.
Not just these applications, you can automate and integrate a lot more applications like this by using Pabbly Connect. So if you want to reach out to us, then email us at support@pabbly.com. And if you have any queries, then you can write us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any issue with the pricing, then you can visit this link. And if you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.